If you are an experienced trader or have been following our channel for some time, you would be knowing that Bitcoin tends to operate in market cycles. There have been 4 market cycles so far if you consider the 2011 to be a market cycle. So 2011, 2013, 2017, and currently we are in the 4th market cycle. But in this market cycle, we are observing something that was not there in the 2017 market cycle, but there are some similarities to the 2013 market cycle. So in today's video, we are going to cover what are some of the similarities and dissimilarities between the 2013 and 2020 bull market cycle. So stay tuned.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this.
Hello friends, my name is Soham and today I welcome you on Crypto Bulls Club, your one-stop destination for all the technical analysis and news from the world of cryptocurrencies. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. This will notify you with all the new videos that we release, and we release new videos every day. Also, if you have got any questions or would like to discuss about your portfolio, head over to Telegram and join us on telegram.com/CryptoBullsClub. So Crypto Bulls Club is our family on Telegram as well. Now, let's jump on to today's video. In today's video, we are going to cover the similarities and the dissimilarities between the 2013 bull market and 2020-21 bull market that we are in currently, right? And what could be a bearish scenario and what could be a bullish scenario. So let's jump in. One thing which comes to my notice immediately is since October 5th, we haven't tested the 20-week simple moving average, right? And this has not been the scenario in the 2017 market cycle, right? We tested it quite a few times. But if we go on to the 2013 market cycle, we see something very similar, right? So you can see from here that we actually tested the 20-week simple moving average back on the 12th of November 2012, and from November 2012 we went on a massive run till April 2013. Sounds similar, doesn't it? In this cycle we have been testing in October, and it's been almost the last week of April that we haven't tested it, right? So let's do a quick measurement and measure what has been the number of days that in 2013 we did not test the 20-day moving average. So we tested it on 12th of November. So let's take the date range. From 12th of November we went on till April 2013, and that was around 147 days, right? Now let's come back to present day. We tested in the 5th of October 2020. So how long has it been still? Let's do the quick measurement from here. And till now, it's been 196 days that we haven't tested the 20-day simple moving average. So that is a similarity. We have, of course, we have crossed the number of days that we haven't tested the simple moving average of 20. But yeah, that's a similarity that we find. Now let's go back to the 2013 chart. Now once we hit this local top of about $268, we corrected. Now let's take a measurement of how much did we correct by. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to do this date and measure price. So let's do a quick measurement from, so it's been almost 76% that we corrected by, and this phenomena took around 77 days, right? Now let's jump back to the present day and see where we would be if we are to correct by 77% today, right? Now I'm not saying that we are going to correct by 77% in this age. That's like highly improbable, right? But for our comparison, let's measure that. So if you have to do this measurement, let's do it from around 76% or so. Okay, 76% over a period of, let's say, 77 days we had over there. So first of all, this actually is taking us right on 15,000. So you can see this, right? It is taking us on $15,727. Now according to me, this is highly improbable, right? Because of multiple scenarios, the market has matured a lot of capital has been infused, the stability of the market has improved to a certain extent, but for just the comparison, we are just measuring these moves, right? So, and it took around 77 days from the local top is coming to 21st of June, right? So I told you in our earlier videos as well, I won't be surprised even if the month of May finishes to be in a red month, right? Now, this was more of a bearish perspective, right? Or where we could head down. But let's take a measurement of where we could head up, or where did we go after clicking this low on the week of 24th of June 2013. So from the lows of $65, we went up to almost $1,256, right? So let's measure the percentage move, right? So we started right from here and we went on to, right? So the gain was massive. It was 1820% over a period of 154 days, right? Now, let's do a quick measurement as to where we would be today if we have to correct by 77% and come down to this 15,000 level first. Let's first understand this one. So let's say we come down to 15,750-ish level, and from here we went up by another 1800%. Look at the number that we arrive on. It's $300,000, right? And the time frame that we have taken here is approximately 252 days, which comes to, from the present time, it comes to around the 7th of March 2022. Now, I told you earlier as well that I don't believe that we are gonna go this low, right? But what is the bearish scenario that I have in mind? So according to me, let's go to the daily chart first. So according to me, the worst that we can do is probably click the 200-day moving average, right? And if we are to go up from the 200-day moving average by, let's say, we'll not consider 1800%, but let's say we go up by the half of it, by let's say 900% also, right? So let's do a quick measurement of it. So 900% over a period of, let's say, okay, so given that we rise by 900% from the present day 200-day moving average, which is at around 35,000 approximately, we will be reaching almost $362,000 per Bitcoin, right? And this we could achieve in almost 252 days, that is coming on the, let's say, the 22nd of January 2022. But these are all assumptions that we are making, right? So first of all, you know, this is the most bearish scenario that we have taken over here, and we have taken just half of the growth that we had in 2013, right? Whether we would be able to achieve that in itself is a big challenge, because according to me, as far as I am concerned, the range that I am looking for in Bitcoin for Bitcoin to top out in this market cycle is somewhere around $150,000 to about $200,000, right? So that, somewhere between that range, I believe Bitcoin will be closing this time around. Now, what are the reasons that I'm saying that, you know, these things will not replicate just like the way they did in 2013? For that, let's move on to a next chart. So currently we are on the Bitcoin dollar weekly chart. Here what we have plotted is the chart patterns that had rolled out into 2011. So the red one is the 2011 chart pattern which rolled out. The yellow one is the 2013 chart pattern that rolled out, and this one, the green one, is the 2017 chart pattern that rolled out. Now, there are two things that we need to take a look at. Number one is in 2011 we had a much steeper move. So the move as we go ahead gets less steeper. What does this signify? This signifies that the returns that we are having over a period of time are actually declining, right? So in short, we can call it a diminishing rate of returns that we are having right here, right? So for example, if you have to just check and go by the 2011 market cycle, the speed at which it grew, we would have topped our market back in August 2019, and our returns would be a massive, $10 million per Bitcoin. Now, for anyone who is into Bitcoin and has been following the market, will actually realize that that is out of the question for at least a couple of market cycles, right? Now, if you have to follow the 2013 market cycle, we would have topped on the December 21st, 2020, and our top would be somewhere close to $3 million, so $2.8 million. So again, that is also, I think for this market cycle, we are out of question for that, right? And if we are to believe the 2017 market cycle, our top should ideally be on the 8th of November 2021, and the price per Bitcoin should be around $368,000. Now, is that probable? History tells us that we have a diminishing rate of returns, right? So what I mean by diminishing rate of returns is basically, so as you can see, currently we are above the 2017-2018 market cycle, right? So what I'm expecting for a couple of more days is Bitcoin to actually move in this pattern like this, and probably then top out somewhere, close to maybe around this level of $200,000 or so. So for the next couple of days, for the couple of months rather, I'm expecting Bitcoin to have a more of a correction or either to move on the sideways, right? So this was the exact reason why we said in our earlier comparisons that we are not expecting a 1800% returns, right? So at least the half of the returns probably, but that too seems very improbable, right? So now people are talking that this is the market cycle top that we have already reached. According to me, this is not the market cycle top, right? The reason I've told you several times earlier as well, on the market cycle top that we had earlier, we had a blow off top, right? In 2013, in both the cases, we had a blow off top, right? And in 2017 as well, we had a blow off top. However, here we are consolidating around that range or so, right? That is one reason. Now, what is the next reason? For the next reason, let's go to the Bitcoin monthly chart. So we are on the Bitcoin monthly chart and we are comparing the RSI, right? So in the RSI, one thing which we need to note here is right from 2013, we tend to go up and then come down and then go up finally. So we are actually in the RSI, we are having the double tops, if you have to put it this way, right? Now, what are the levels that we need to focus on, right? So one of the other things that is coming in the RSI is also the diminishing returns. As you can see, the RSI topped out at around the level of 97 in 2013. However, in 2017, it was at around 96 level. And the first leg of the RSI in this market cycle has topped out at around 91 level. Now, what is the level that we need to look at for this RSI? Now, there are a couple of important levels that we need to look out for. The number one being this support level that we have at around 71 or so. So the RSI just might bounce off this support of 71 level. It has done this in the past as well, 2 times to be precise, once, twice, and the small swing right here during the bear market as well, right? So 71 is the market level that we are looking at currently. But before that, there's one more level that we need to look at, right? That is this particular level at which the RSI is trading currently. Okay, this level is the 78 level. So if we break below this 78 level on the monthly RSI, the next target for us is definitely this 71 level on the RSI chart on the monthly time frame, right? So from a bearish scenario, what we can understand is we might have a correction. The first correction would be somewhere around the 20-week SMA or the bull market support band, which is ranging at around $44,000, $43,900 to about $44,100. So this is the level that I am looking for currently. And if we break below this level, the next level that we will be looking at will be the 200-day moving average, which is currently trading at almost 34,951. But mind you, this is increasing all the time, okay? This increases every day. So by the time we actually break below, if we break below the bull market support band and reach this 200-week moving average, so it might be somewhere close to $38,000 as well, right? So there is nothing to be worried about as far as I'm concerned. We are 100% on track, and this correction is a very healthy move. For me personally, this is the platform that Bitcoin is building before it takes off for the blow off top as well. Now, you need to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you like the content that we are presenting, because in the next video that we are going to release, we are going to tell you the exact date that we are expecting the Bitcoin to top out in this market cycle, and that will actually take you by surprise. So do subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, and also share this video with at least one person in your network and give them the power to change their lives. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Stay blessed, stay happy. Bye bye for now.